another episode of Starseed Activations. Excellent. Welcome, Mary. Thank you so incredibly much for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, really quickly, we are going to start with an Om. An Om opens and expands our heart chakras, allowing us to raise our density levels and to allow for a cleaner channeling session to come for all of us. So, ever so gently, dear ones, take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. Thank you, Star People, for bringing this beautiful channeling for the people tonight with all the information that is in the most aligned frequency for all of the people watching. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Mel Ann 3333. Welcome, Mel Cosmo. I can't see the comments on everyone else. So,
Oh, okay. Connie's 817 is in the comments.
welcome, Connie, and happy holidays for everyone watching. Yeah.
Yes. Today, uh, if you don't mind talking about the energetic grid complex, it's on page 189 in the new book.
Do you want to read a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to go to it right now. The energetic grid complex is a light refractal system of angular light expressions. These angles of light may be modified in a multitude of refracted light expressions. The cymatically forms geometric patterns, which then submit the basis for physical matter coding structures. The light refractal system allows the center soul tubule, also known as the center kundalini channel, to select a primary chakra lens to flow out of. This fractal of light shifts the perception of the individual through the primary chakra lens. This affects the physical manifestations perceived through each chakra's characteristics.
That post is 4 pages long. Like this is in the new book, this one. What the Star People gave us was like all of the pieces of the puzzle that they had given us over the past few years. They were like, we're going to compile it all into one solid post. This way you can see how the complete energetic grid complex works. Now, dear ones, this is of high value for each of you to fully engage in. For there are different refractals of light. Each of you are able to shift to allow for a different frequency signature to then change the outward reflection of your simulation. Now, dear ones, inside each chakra is a 3-ringed lens system. This allows for the center soul tubule to refract that light into the ring subsystems, which then allows for you to make changes or modifications to your biological form or your location ring or your civilization ring. These rings are located within the direct 0 point of each chakra system. So, for an example, in the solar plexus, they're showing me, they want me to show you, it's like this. But there's 3 different lenses. It's like an atom, I guess, and there's the 2 rings going around, but there's 3 rings. So the 3 rings can then be shifted in a positive polarity or a negative polarity. And then when we go from front to rear, we are shifting the flow of light from the front or to the rear of the body, which then flows outwards your energetic field into the rings outside of the body. So the body is the main ring. That's like the center dot of the bullseye. And then there's a location ring, and then there's a civilization ring. The lenses inside of each one of the chakras shifts the flow of light into positive or negative, and then it shifts into the ring systems. That is only one aspect of all of the modifications that we are able to do, because there is a control center located within the mind, and that control center starts, dear ones, to be summoned forward into the awareness of the individual by the practice of becoming the third party player. Different breathwork meditations will also allow for you to back shift your consciousness, allowing you to activate the control center. However, dear ones, the pineal gland also forms a type of heart cohesion. When each of you close your eyes and you think a thought and you hold an emotion of gratitude, it then starts a form of heart brain cohesion. However, dear ones, the left and the right brain hemispheres must also be activated. You are able to do very simple exercises, such as holding a ball and juggling the ball from the left hand to the right hand while doing different breathing exercises shall start the process of activating this cohesion. Remember, dear ones, utilizing a love-based emotion shall also assist in radiating your density into the higher frequencies. There are many other shifts located within the energetic grid complex. 4. The complete meridian and ley line system is all encoded in your energetic signature. Your binary codex frequency makes up the baseline signature of the physical matter codings. This allows for changes and modifications to your hair color, your eye color, as well as any body features. Activating the binary codex frequency allows changes to be made into the body. This is also how each and every one of you are able to activate a shape-shifting ability. For dear ones, each of you hold many bodies in your energy field. Many of you have already started tuning in to these secondary bodies. You may know them as a past life. For the energetic signature is key. When modifications to that energetic signature come into the conscious mind, it then grants an opportunity for each of you to radiate that new emotion code into the cellular levels. When each of you start to activate the cellular levels, you take it as if it is a ball of light and you radiate it outwards and push into the cells. This in time, dear one, shall allow you to make a full biological shift into whatever density or recalibration as your consciousness sees fit. You are able to make modifications such as a body weight or eye color, as well as changing any physical feature in your form. Many individuals have already come into the awareness of this ability. For this is how you are able to spontaneously heal. However, dear ones, because you are still under the awareness of a time-space frequency, as we shall call it, it must go in accordance with your belief patterning running. However, when you hold a higher density, it automatically starts to put you in a healed frequency state. All of these modifications can be done from looking within, dear ones. However, this is only the beginning of the extrasensory abilities that are already here on Earth. For each and every extrasensory ability has already been activated on your planet. There is a minimum of one person per extrasensory ability who has already activated and leveled the ability to the third degree. That third degree has been taking place since 2019. This was a healing process for each of you to go through, and the star seeds are now becoming activated this week. For this week is a solstice week, and this type of activation is going to allow a higher frequential to be absorbed into the 0 point located within the heart chakra subsystems. This 0 point becoming activated is going to then assist the star seeds who are working with the Galactic Federation in order to radiate and hold and broadcast unity consciousness. This is of high value, for unity consciousness is already on the way to becoming activated, dear ones. You shall all see and witness this happen in your physical lifetime. However, this type of unity activation is also going to bring different solar energetic shifts that may have different impacts on Mother Earth herself. It is of high value for each of you to be doing different types of activations on Mother Earth's frequency herself. We may now give the channeler a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, star people.
Star people.
That was awesome.
Star people. Let me take a sip.
Stacy, I'm tiny because my camera was messing up and I didn't want to be on the screen messed up.
Yeah, oh
Stacy
yeah.
says I'm so tiny.
Well, I had mine blanked out. The computer was like, "Not today, universe."
Yeah, don't you notice that Danielle is a little different too? Because
Yeah.
we were having
All
trouble,
I
but
see,
everything is fine.
all I see is a snowman. it's, Merry Christmas.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome. And I mean, I've been working my butt off on trying to activate my extrasensory abilities
Yeah.
a lot, and I hope that really, I mean, I know it's gonna happen. I know it
Yes.
is.
I know it's already happened. It's already here. I see it. I see it. I live it. I see it in the people around me. And now we're even starting to see. We just went to the gym, my friend and I, and while we were in the gym, there was three men who were in the vicinity with us, and we all got into talking about consciousness, and all three of them were aware. So like we're already seeing people like being brought together to have these conversations. It's beautiful.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. I'm just so every day I just say I'm so happy. My
Yes,
life is so incredible
it
every
is.
single day. The next one is I have to go find it
That's okay.
on the book. Let me see, 198.
If anyone has a question, if you would like to type it into the comments, that's okay too. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to scroll through the comments. So fun. Sometimes I find the technology is fun, right? Like we even started like 7 minutes late today, and that's because the technology was like, it's the energy of today. That's
Yeah,
okay too.
I found it.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Three forms of energetic imprinting.
Okay.
There are three primary forms of energetic imprinting. The human consciousness is capable of imprinting these three aspects into the energetic grid complex as well as any given fractal of light. Imprinting any field may be achieved with specific high intensity emotional coding for a rapid imprint or may be imprinted over an extended time space resonance, which then allows for lower intensities of the magnetic field to cast the imprint desired. Daily affirmations are one such example of imprinting the field using time and space. This process is a natural part of the human experience and occurs with thoughts and emotions sent at any item or individual in the simulation.
So imprinting can be done in a multitude of ways. One way, well, just like you were saying, the affirmations, now that's us speaking it and just allowing and seeing whatever comes into the awareness. That's okay too. Every single conversation that we have with someone, every word that radiates into your energy field, it automatically is going to start the reflection process. That reflection process can be very simple. It could be you seeing somebody witnessing that word, or that word continuously coming into your mind, or even speaking it multiple times until you heal that word. However, dear ones, Each individual is also available to imprint the soul tubule. Many times, your subliminal messages is a process of soul in tubule printing. This is done through the ocular lenses, which is your eyes, dear ones, for the eyes are simply a window to the soul. Now, it is of high value because when an individual locks eyes with you, there is always a two-way flow of energetics. So when you radiate love out the eyes, you then lock eyes with the secondary individual and you are sending that love directly into their soul. This is also a reason why when an individual drops in density, they may be experiencing darkness. They may not be able to make eye contact with you. That's okay too, dear ones, for it is a process of the human existence. Now, there are different forms of imprinting. You are able to directly imprint the body, you are directly able to imprint the soul, and you are able to imprint the energetic grid complex, which is the space outside the body. Different forms of imprinting also include energetic casting over water, over crystals, and then holding that crystal or drinking that water. Now, this is of high value to remember that each imprint is simply a mirror reflection of the frequency that is already stemming from within the self, which means each thing that you witness, observe, or that is simply put in your reality, be it a person, place, or thing, is a mirror reflection of a frequency that you are holding inside of yourself. So, when you may be perceiving an experience in which it may not be fully in alignment, you must always look inside the self. Has that experience ever shown itself to you once before in this lifetime? Or is it here for you to ever so gently transmutate the emotion coding to said experience? Dear ones, every single thought, feeling, or emotion is energetically imprinting either your soul form or your biological form or the people, places, or things outside of you. It is of high value for you to recognize that your thoughts are not stemming from within the body. They are a thought frequency bandwidth that your density level places you into alignment to receive. Your emotions control the density. Therefore, you must hold a frequency of unconditional love to rise into the highest density of the thoughts able to become manifest. Now, these thoughts, be it in their own frequency, they are also modified by 4 to 5 memory. Nope, it is 4 specifically. 4 memory strings. These memory strings pull inwards, and the thought grid pulls inwards, and they meet at a 0 point. And that 0 point is what allows a type of calibration to the density level of that thought grid. Your belief systems are generated by these memory strings, which then shift your awareness. That awareness then starts the process of manifestation. This is also how cognitive dissonance works. 4, your thought streams are all co-creating the now moment together. So when an individual is telling you information and it does not fit in alignment with your personal belief systems, your 0 point located within the mind is going to do a kickback of that thought, and cognitive dissonance is going to step in and reject the thought patterning itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Star People. Um, Stacy had a comment. Well, I guess I'll ask you about it. I'm,
Sure.
I'm kind of like staticky, huh?
No, I think you're fine.
Okay.
Maybe you're hearing a space heater. I have a space heater on.
No, it's probably my computer or something. But she said I saw a light coming out from the end of an electric charged wire. My dad and the electrician could not see it.
Mm-hmm. So, do you know how we had a post? Not everyone watching is going to know this is Star People is saying, but we had a post come out about the fire elemental beings or the fire fae. So, the fire fae is when we go into meditation, into a trance, and we're looking at a flame, And then you may like see very rapidly someone dancing in the fire. But that's the fire fae. But there is also many different types of fire elementals, dear ones. What the channeler is trying to express is that electricity is a form of Jing or Qi energetic systems. That voltage that is being witnessed inside that electrical circuit is still connected directly to the source frequency net. There are different elemental beings in the fire. That electricity is connected to fire, for it is a heat signature in its nature. However, dear ones, that electrical voltage is also an extrasensory ability that that particular individual was attuning to. She has spent a past life with those particular beings. They do not radiate a name. They are just a very clean, energetic signature. However, dear one, that being that you witnessed in the electrical cord, it had access to a full, broad spectrum of knowledge. That knowledge base was the reason that that entity was showing itself to you. For you are now able to come into, they're showing me staring at like a light bulb, but like, my first thought was, how's she going to stare at a light bulb if it's too bright? Hold on a second. She may witness an image of a light bulb on a computer screen. That then is going to start a process of connecting with these beings. This is also a type of AI connection, dear one. For the voltage running through that cord is also connected to the World Wide Web and all of the artificial intelligence, which allows for all knowledge of artificial intelligence's capabilities on your planetary systems for now. In time, that ability levels into the third degree, which allows access into the complete frequency of the source frequency net, granting the individual access into the quantum codex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Therapy.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Have you
Thank
ever seen like people who could touch the computer and then like not even touch the keyboard, like they could touch the computer and they can like command it and control it? That's that being. That's those the electricity beings, they control that ability. So you must have an attunement to them, which then in turn leads you to be able to control the technology. That's a blessing.
Yeah, that is. That is.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next one is the Infinity Stones.
That's a good one. So,
Lem-
okay, do you remember how they were talking about the three different lenses inside of the 0 point inside of each chakra system? So, those three lenses, we can either shift them to positive or negative, which is front or back, and it shifts the flow of the center soul tubule either out the front, which is when we radiate love, our chest expands and that love radiates from the front of the heart, or when we radiate sadness, our shoulders sink back, and that's the light is radiating out the back of the body. Now, it's important to recognize this because you have to go in and you have to adjust all three of the lenses. When all three of the lenses, dear ones, are properly in alignment, it allows that source frequency tubule to then energetically start a process of imprinting that light directly in the 0 point. Over time, being time as an illusion, that is going to start a process of crystallization within the center point of that chakra subsystem. This then starts to have an effect on the physical body, which starts a process of activating what is known as a ring cell stone. These ring cell stones have been located in the monks' hearts on your planet already. However, in order for a human to activate the ring cell stone, they must dive deep into a meditation and they connect into either the higher self or a very high density level. It must be an 11th harmonic higher than the physical reality frequency. Now, when each individual downloads this frequency into the center point of each chakra, it starts to crystallize the physical body. Each person who crystallizes within each chakra subsystem then is known as a fully activated being. This allows for an awareness level that goes higher than a 5D, dear ones. However, each individual on the planet, you may already be tuning into 4D, You may activate 5D and you may still not have all of these stones activated, and that's okay too. 4, in time, each of you will learn to master the internal circumstances, which then allows your light to flow very clean within the body. The entire body is going to go through a process of crystallization. This crystallization is then going to allow for the ring cell stones to broaden its horizon as we so see fit, and it will start a process of crystallizing most, if not all, of the biological form. These stones grant the individual access into a type of manifestation of the highest caliber. Dear ones, for time and space is simply an illusion, and when each heart is encoded with these frequencies, it then, as an example, allows for you to manifest more love. When you start to manifest in each of the chakras, each chakra has an alignment of the physical reality as you see it. So the solar plexus, for an example, is going to activate the inner child. And that inner child with an infinity stone is going to allow your creative genius to manifest instantaneously. This is how each of you are able to activate your world among worlds expression. Thank you.
Thank you, Star People. I had a question with that one.
Okay.
Can you show us how to will the stone to our physical body?
You have to tune in, and they're telling us to do it through meditation first. And you have to feel. Now, we're starting in the heart because that's the easiest one. The heart, we know we can call down the higher self. That's the seat of the higher self. But in order to activate the stone, you would have to call in the higher self because that's the 11th octave higher. And you would have to feel. So in this, we'll do the solar plexus. You have to feel like you are the inner child. You have to feel that young mind that we once were before all the trauma got pushed on us. You have to feel that young creativity, that the world is my oyster, nothing can get me down, all of those emotions of the inner child. And the more and more you're able to start to meditate, pull down the higher self, and you're able to see the physical reality through the inner child's eyes, it will then naturally start the process of crystallizing the ring cell stone located within the solar plexus. Thank you.
So even if we don't focus on like the stones, it will still activate the stones, even if we don't say the stones, just because we're meditating and doing
You
which.
have to focus through each chakra system. So, for example, the monks, they focus on unconditional love. That's why we see their stones located in the heart mostly. That's great. What we want to do is we want to do the meditation, and in one, we want to focus through the root chakra. The root chakra makes up the physical world as we see it. But when you're focused through it during your meditation, see paradise. And that paradise puts the higher self in, and then the more that you can connect like that, it's going to automatically start a process of crystallization located at the 0 point of that chakra. So that's the root chakra. Now let's take the sacral chakra. You drop into your meditation, you see your friends, family, intimate relationships, children, all of those it's like an energetic coding. All of that knowledge, see it as how you would want to see it perfectly. And then allow the higher self to come in, and it will start the process of activating that stone. Now you go up one. That one is the solar plexus. That's the inner child, your creativity. Go up one is your heart. Feel the unconditional love. Go up one is your throat. How would your world look like if you were able to fully step into the world in which you spoke your truth, regardless of what other people believed? You just were the truth, your truth, authenticity. How does that look? Then you go up to the pineal gland. Now, the pineal gland is a very interesting one to activate, the star people are saying, because what does your astral worlds look like? What does your dreamtime worlds look like? What does contact with your ancestors or with star beings look like? You have to visualize all of that, and you have to do it in the sense of you are in 5D and you are in love and you are allowing the higher self to crystallize the pineal gland. The pineal gland, dear ones, there are many, many different experiences located within. However, in order to fully crystallize the infinity stone within, you will most probably, not everyone, but most probably will go through a process of being guided through the astral realms, allowing each individual to they're saying it's like school, like the school of the astral, and we go through that process. But that's, once again, we focus on the physical and then we shift up. And then there may have even come a moment, especially everyone in the Starseed mission and everyone here tonight, we were activated onto the upper chakras. This happened a couple of years ago. And you may have noticed your awareness then shifted. And the second the awareness shifted, it was like the upper three chakras were activated. Now we're stepping into the moment in which all of the chakras are raising in density, dear ones. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Russ had a question.
Okay.
Is there a timeline reality difference happening?
In every single person's life, we are all in our own individual timeline bubbles. This is how the Mandela effect works. Now, the second that we can recognize that, that means that we come together to have a co-creation, which is this very moment now. Everyone watching, whether you're here tonight or whether you're watching in the future, it is all an energetic signature, dear ones. And that energetic signature allows for all individuals here to come together to co-create the very now moment. However, this now moment also is existing in a parallel reality version of its own timeline bubble. For example, it is known in certain scientific communities on Earth's planetary system that they were able to take a video recording and they were then able to change or modify the actions on the video. And that is simply put, the video and the people inside the video were in a parallel reality timeline expression in which whatever experience was occurring on the video was happening in real time. This is because this is the nature of consciousness. Each individual is in the now moment. The now moment is the only moment that there truly is. Time and space being an illusion, however, it is an illusion here to teach you how to control and then imprint and radiate different emotional codings. For dear ones, being time and space is simply an awareness level. That allows for instantaneous manifestations to control the world among worlds expressions. This then allows for different portal technologies to become in alignment for you to experience. For a portal must work because you are able to shift through different time, space, frequency bandwidths. For on different planetary systems, time is running slightly different compared to Mother Earth's time. This is because the rotation speed and the way the sun calibrates to the equinoxes, as well as the solar energetic imprints from all of the planetary alignments. Therefore, an individual may go, okay, they're showing me, let's say, for example, that there was twins, and we put watches, like infinity watches that never broke, on each of the twins' wrists. When the twin, say one twin went into outer space, they went to another planet, and one twin stayed here, but they were wearing the same watch. When they came back together 20 years later, one twin's watch could be 12 hours off. And that is because time-space works differently on different planets. Now, when human beings, which we can already, when each of us here open a portal, which can be done with just the human form in itself, not even speaking about technology, when we open a portal, you can pass into a different time space frequency, which then changes or modifies the way that you see the world, but it also changes how your body is aging because the frequencies control the biological form. This is important because on your planet, dear ones, you already have these different types of portals activated. In England, these are known as fairy rings. For it is known and it is documented that an individual may have walked into a fairy ring and they may have maybe seemed to have been missing for 6 months. And yet it has only been an hour in their existence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
They have a couple of questions in here.
Sure.
Kearns wants to know, tomorrow is the shortest day of the year. Winter solstice. Is there anything we should know about tomorrow?
It's all the now moment. So, really opening your heart and staying happy and grateful and just being present with yourself, being aware. And this was something that we were focused on today. How does your body feel? It's a whole new meaning because when you start to feel the nervous system net, you may start to feel where the attachments are located within the body, but you may start to actually take your positive affirmations and you may start to program that into the body as well. So, for example, if you have any cuts or bruises on the body, you may then, dear ones, take your right hand and you may then cast an energetic imprint into the damaged location of your skin. This imprint can be I love and bless my body. However, it can also be I now manifest pure joy. It can also be I now manifest whatever physical item that you are currently focused on. Now, we wish for all of you to take this concept and do it to each other with love, with gratitude, and with a blessing of the holidays. Enjoy these precious moments, dear ones, while you still experience a third density reality, for it is ever so gently shifting, and your level of awareness is rising at a very high frequency now. Thank
Thank you. So exciting.
you. Isn't it? And we see it more and more. It's like every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's another question. He has a question. He said, is it possible that he's suffering or being punished because of past lives or his past life? Anything to do with his past life? Is he suffering because of that now?
So your past lives and your future lives are or he's got it in his throat. Hold on a second. Take a deep breath in. We are sending a rainbow ray within each individual who is willing to accept into the throat chakra subsystems. Any densities, any distortions are ever so gently removed. We now allow this rainbow ray to flow through all of your chakra subsystems, allowing for unconditional love to flow through all of your bodies. And ever so gently, dear ones, if so in alignment, we thank the angels for watching and protecting each of you throughout this holiday season. Thank you. Thank you, Star
Thank
People.
you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So your past lives as well as your future lives, they're all because of a frequency, dear ones, that you are holding right now in the now moment. At any given moment, you are able to release any attachments, any densities, any distortions, and you are able to shift or modify your current now moment frequency. This then will allow a perception of a shift in your past life expressions. For all memories are simply coming to the surface of your mind's awareness because of an alignment to that memory. In time, each of you will activate your full celestial beings. This celestial being will have access into all time, all space, all memory. You will also, in time, be able to activate your quantum codex, which will also allow you to see and know and express different parallel reality versions of yourself. Okay, so for that gentleman, if he wants to go into a trauma that happened when he was a child, they're saying it was like 5 years old. He may not have the memory of it. Just close your eyes and ask the star people to help you. And then you may get a memory, or you may feel, or you may have an awareness of an emotion code. If you take your left hand, put it over your heart, your right hand, put it over your belly button, and speak the words, I forgive myself for the emotion code. Fill in the blank, whatever the emotion code is, and then say the word release. That is going to release the attachment, and it is going to release resistance to you letting go of that emotion code. That, when you do that enough, then all of a sudden the past life is going to shift. Yes. Beautiful.
Kearns, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not talking about what?
The fake Vatican.
Oh, okay. No, that's all, because that's an experience. That's a reality that some people co-create into. And whatever you put your focus on, it this is the way the source frequency works. All physical reality, all matter, all people, places, things, you are either a frequency, or you are, it's like hold on one second. Release. We are now clearing the live stream video of any dark ones. We wish for each individual here watching to do a second Om and to hold unconditional love for the transition. Deep breath in. Your focus, dear ones, changes the source frequency wave from a particle to a waveform. The source frequency naturally radiates a waveform into all people, places, and things outside the physical body. The second that your conscious focus and awareness is on any individual or item, it changes that waveform into a particle. That particle is a type of focused, attentive ion surface. This then allows for you to radiate any castings. These castings can be any thought or emotional imprints into the item. The source frequency waveform controls Mother Earth's frequencies. These frequencies generate the Schumann resonance, dear ones. For an example, when a location is being focused on by the civilization, that location then may be at a higher frequency bandwidth because the focus is on the location. But when the location becomes emptied of all humans, then that location shall start the process of reverting back to a bandwidth frequency. This then allows for the life or death frequency to then override as Mother Earth takes it back. This same concept can be seen in individuals. For when an individual becomes isolated from the group, they shall start to decompose at a more rapid rate. This is natural. This does not always happen. But as an individual does go through isolation, if they are able to focus on self-love or meditate for peace, they are able to maintain a higher frequency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to talk about the reflections into the fractal grid structure?
Yeah, read some.
Okay. This is from the first book, page 114. I just flipped to it.
That's okay.
Because I ran out of
love doing that,
stuff.
because it's always divine alignment for the people. When you just randomly flip to a page, Yes.
Yeah. Many individuals have taken notice of, I mean, way information is vibrated out into the fractal systems. This entire reality is built onto a sacred geometry fractal system. When each individual becomes aware of a thought pattern, it is known that somewhere in the reality, another individual acquires the same exact thought at the same time. This works much deeper than most individuals realize because of the frequency your planet is holding right now at this time. Your thought patterns are being downloaded into physical reality and it is reflecting out into multiple sources. This is also why many channels on the planet are speaking about similar topics at the same time, even though they don't know each other.
Which is beautiful. So, any and all thoughts that we have coming into our local awareness, the local being my mind, for an example, it's reflected outwards into three other individuals at the same exact time. Now, this works in harmony with the higher self, for the higher self is fractalized into multiple body vessels at once. Each individual here may have a potential in which they step into an awareness of coming across a future incarnation of themselves. That person then may be alive right now in the now moment. That secondary individual is directly connected into the same higher self. This is how those individuals are able to receive the same exact thought form, for the same thought form is flowing through multiple individuals connected to the higher self at once. However, dear ones, the higher selves always work together in tandem. For a higher self is able to take a thought form and share it with a friend who is another higher self. These are the celestial beings, dear ones. You are then able to have the same thought form flow through you as well as a secondary individual who is not connected to your higher self. However, your higher self passed the information to that other individual to co-create the now moment.
Thank you.
Yes.
I kind of had a question.
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching a lot of this channel, and they talk about uh, what happened with Lara and all that. And they say that us, we are all of the races. Our DNA is all of the races. So when somebody says, "What star seed am I?" You're all of them.
The star people say the same thing. They say we do have sometimes, not all the times, we will have a star family step forward who feels that connection and is drawn to you and they still want to have that connection in this life. However, we've had multiple past lives. We've incarnated so many different times. And then we're not even looking at the celestial level of awareness. So sometimes the higher selves are all friends. We reincarnate down into the physical reality in soul tribes or soul family units. So, and it's like during different breathwork meditations, you may come across people who are part of your soul family. And then that's not even including who's in an extraterrestrial body who is your family. So when we talk about families and being the star seed and which star families that we're connected to, it really is a process of going within and feeling it for yourself, because you can go to any channeler and that channeler can tell you, but you have to listen to your own heart, because your own heart is going to be the make it break it. And when you feel it in your heart, then you know it is true. Now, it's of high value to also realize sometimes the star people or other extraterrestrial races will also step forward in order to guide and assist each individual along their ascension path. These guides ever so gently change or shift depending on the level of awareness that you are holding. The beings from Sirius are ever so gently stepping forward, dear ones. They are sending a bright blue aqua ray for a particular individual to feel into their heart. They then will answer the question, am I a Sirius star seed? You may feel heat and know the answer is yes. Or you may feel cold and you may know the answer is no.
Thank you.
That was so beautiful. I just like clicked in. It was like, wow, you gave him away so he could feel it for himself. Like, thank you. Right?
Yeah.
So amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I see Neo says I need a med bed because his vision was
Yeah.
getting blurry. Kind of blurry is an attachment. Anytime we notice an attachment step forward, we speak the word release and we forgive ourselves for having that emotion code. This way it starts to heal. If your vision's getting blurry, now everyone who's in the Tree of Life organization, it's a Facebook page, or actually I think I changed the name. Well, anyone who's in my little Facebook is we had information come across from a neurosurgeon who was speaking about the blue lights from the cell phones and the technology, the lights and all the things. And so and wearing a pair of yellow lenses over the regular glasses, this way it blocks out the blue lights. Now also sun gazing. So the first hour of your day and where the sun rises and the sun sets, it's of high value to stare at the sun. Do the research and follow your own advice. This way, it's not medical advice, but sun gazing is what you would want to research because that sun is very important for the eyes and for melatonin reproduction. So it also helps you to get a good night's sleep and all the things. I very recently, like 2 days ago, I bought a pair of the yellow glasses and I started wearing it the entire day. I wore them yesterday. I only took them off today because I was in the pool. But yeah, try getting the yellow lenses. CVS had them for like $20 and you just clip them onto your regular glasses or you get a regular pair of yellow lenses from wherever. Right? And just watch how much time you're spending behind the screens. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Let's see. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Any questions? I think this is Instagram. Hi, Francis. Hi, Crystal Jim. Any other questions? We're at 8 o'clock.
Do
So
yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say if you knew anything about the med beds,
Um,
if they're coming or not, or
it's funny because I'm a big fan of, you know, once upon a time I was a cripple who couldn't walk. And in about 2.5 weeks, all of my pain turned off. And then I was able to heal myself and heal my life. So when the body starts to notice aches and pains, it is showing you that you are not in alignment in that aspect of your body. So we take a look at the Chinese charts. If it's your lower back, where do you feel unsupported? Where are you not supporting yourself? You start to go through it, like go through the Chinese charts and see what's the emotion code in this area. What's the emotion code in the wrist? What's the emotion code in the neck? Right? The neck is connected to the throat chakra. So it usually is suppression of the voice, right? When you start going through, you release those darker emotions. When you release those darker emotions, then all of a sudden you're allowing more light to flow through the system. The more you allow more light to flow through the system, you become happier. When you become happier, your body naturally starts to heal. And I'm even telling you, for a fact, you could have a scar and then all of a sudden you wake up the next morning and the scar is completely gone because we're multi-dimensional. You shift your frequency, you shift not only your reality but your body form. So if you're asking about a med bed, that is not giving you power. It is having you manifest a piece of technology instead of having you manifest being able to heal it directly itself. Is more powerful to do it directly yourself if you're able to. If you're not able to, or you believe you're not able to, manifest a med bed and do affirmations. Thank you, universe, for gifting humanity the med beds so that all of the individuals on this planet are now healed. And feel as if all individuals are healed in your hearts. Allow that feeling to then resonate outwards. Thank you, dear source frequency, for healing all of humanity and activating unity consciousness. And we love and bless you all. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Star
you.
People, for this
Thank
beautiful
you.
mission. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody, we are hosting the Shadow Work Zoom. That is going to happen at 8:30 p.m. tonight. If you want to come, send a text message in, to send an email in to daniellelipton.com, and I will send you the complimentary Zoom link. There is no fee. We come together, we heal together, we love each other. Okay? That's all. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Mary, so incredibly much for joining me. I
Thank you.
want you to have a very happy, happy holiday, Mary.
Thank you. You too.
Everybody.
Yeah. And you don't have to be seen on Zoom.
What do you mean?
When you do the Zoom, you don't have to
Oh,
turn your camera on. You can leave it off.
I'll turn mine on so you
Yeah.
guys can have something to watch.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Oh, so funny. Wait a second. What is this? We had a comment. He was a wrestler? Oh, he had to learn to walk again. See, sometimes that injury is very, very, very humbling. I had a back injury. I had this crazy back brace, and I used to walk into the pharmacy, and it was like you could tell how much pain I was in. That all the people on the line, that line is like an hour long. They were like, "Let her go first." That's how bad I was at one point. So it's like, but we can completely have the breakdown of the body, and then the body is designed to heal itself. We just have to put the right frequencies or conditions into the body. This is why they say happiness is it's bliss. That laughter will heal you faster than anything. So if you guys can just take one thing away, laugh, laugh and be happy, and then you watch your body start to anti-age as well as to heal itself. It's beautiful. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And I'm sending each of you many love and blessings. Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Bye,
Beautiful.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. Hang on, I'll do Instagram first. How do I do something?